the snow continuing to pile up at game time. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Harvey.
He'll check this one down to Taylor.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Look at the spin.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a handoff here to his running back. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Second and 5. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. For the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, it's Taylor. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Powering forward.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And now after the big punt return that got them down here, they'll try to make it pay off. 1st and goal. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. 1st and 10, Taylor now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And his throw here's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Harvey. Side here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 35. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On 1st down, Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Harvey. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. pass is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
He'll look to throw. And here comes the Rams punter now as he'll kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for only a couple and brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Harvey. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Harvey. He'll get this off to Taylor. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Harvey. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Harvey. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bishop. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harvey over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Back to throw again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 9 now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you,
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the football team at home at FedEx Field. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Kellen Mond throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. The Broncos still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow is still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. third down. Here's Taylor. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that's incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. And
that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. A good action to this point in the third quarter, just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
On 1st down, Harvey. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Harvey. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Harvey. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Offense, they work their way back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. looking to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bates. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The football going back to the Rams now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And they give this time to the tailback. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes it at the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
7 yards, the pickup there.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down on the scoreboard. 1:47 on the clock. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He's back to throw. 9-yard, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Falcons, they finish off the regular season at 12 up and 5 down. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the home team here, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time.